welcome back. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Today we are going to be doing an activity rather than our traditional lecture. Our performance objective for the day is if you are given flowers and a vase, the student will make a table centerpiece so that it can be used at various events. Did any of you do anything fun over the weekend, or has anyone ever been to a fashion luncheon? This is where you normally sit at a table, eat lunch, watch a fashion show going on, and it's more casual than sitting there and watching a typical runway show. Has anyone ever been to anything like that?
I have.
You have? And what kind of things did you notice when you were there?
They had great flowers and wonderful food.
Great flowers and good food. That's always great. And I bet you didn't stop to consider how much that probably cost just to put that table centerpiece on every single table in the room. When planning an event, many costs are considered, but you can actually cut some cost by doing the work all by yourself. Table centerpieces can be really costly when done by a professional, but there are plenty of attractive and simple ones that you can do all on your own. Does anyone have any questions about what we will be doing today? No. Okay, well these skills will be really useful to you if you decide to go into event planning. Today we will be making two different centerpieces. We're going to start out with a more basic centerpiece. We're going to be using a clear bowl. This one's got a square shape to it, but as long as it's bold, you can use any shape you want. The flowers that we're going to be using are Gerber daisies. Today we've picked a yellow and an orange. These would be good for maybe a fall fashion show since they're kind of the colors of the leaves as they change. Then in the bowl, we will be putting floatable candles that will float around, light up, and just kind of it gives it a romantic feel, really simple but very pretty. The next one that we are going to do is a little bit more effort into it. We're going to be using a cylinder vase. We're going to be using the foam that helps to hold all the flowers in place. It's going to sit down here at the bottom. We're also going to be using citrus. We're going to be using lemons today. You can use any kind of fruit that you want, but we're going to pair those citrus in the bottom with some pink carnations. They're white outlined in hot pink. They're really pretty. So it'll be really springtime, a lot of fun, and then these are just some greenery, but they're really full, really fresh. They'll make you think that spring is coming right on along. And let's go ahead and get started with the first one. For the first one, you're going to take your bowl, set it down in front of you. This one is already filled with water. You're going to want to fill it up with water before you put everything in, just to make sure that if you put water in on top of the flowers, it'll probably sink them, and that would not be good. You're going to need a pair of scissors today. We're going to take the daisies and cut them right up by where they meet the stem. Just a quick cut. Place that in the bowl. Go ahead and do a yellow one. Kind of alternate. Cut it by the stem. Place it in the bowl. Let's do one more orange. Cut it by the stem. Place it into the bowl. All right. Now we're going to take our candles, drop them in. All right. Let's see. We'll adjust the angle so everybody can come around. Take a look at the centerpiece. Can everybody see?
It's lovely.
Very simple, very fresh, very fun. And of course we're in school, so we're not going to light candles, any kind of fire hazard, but you can go ahead and light those candles when they're floating around in there. Very romantic, very, very simple. Anybody can go ahead and do that. Let's see. With our next one, it's going to take us a little bit more effort. We're going to have to try and get all the citrus lined up around the bottom. So to help us, we got a big old spoon. So we're going to take this, drop it down. Everyone can see that that lemon's in there. I'll adjust this so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to take another lemon. Push it down. Just make sure that they're nice and tight. We're going to try and cover up that green foam. We don't want anyone to see that. Okay. Right here, we need a little bit thinner of one. So we're going to swap it out. There we go, a little push, little shove. Oops. Get that one set up right there. Now we're going to take our flowers and start pushing them into the foam. Just to kind of give the lemons something to stand up against when they're down in there. Throw in some greenery, fill it out a little bit. Is everyone following along? Does this make sense? Just no specific order, just kind of push the flowers in, put the greenery to break up all the pink, make it a little bit fuller.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is floral foam better than regular foam for floral arrangements?
Yes, floral foam, and it'll help hold the water, it'll help give your flowers the nutrients they need. So yes, you definitely want to get floral foam instead of just regular foam. Put some more lemons down in here. Everyone can kind of see what we're working with. Go ahead and put that up so you can kind of see how it's going. We need to break up some of this greenery over into here. Get some over here. We're actually going to go ahead and rip this one out. You see how it's already kind of hanging down? We don't want that. We want it nice and big and full. And now actually, a lot of times at events, people will actually raffle off the centerpieces. Just helps to make a little bit of money for the organization, and it's a fun way if somebody has a dinner that night. They don't have to go out and buy their own centerpiece. If they're at the luncheon that day, they'll just grab a centerpiece, take it home, tell their family and friends that they made it, and that will be all good. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions?
Could you do a mixture of lemon and maybe other citrus, like oranges or limes?
Yes, you could. I picked the lemons because springtime is getting here. It's nice, it's sunny, it's been really happy these past few days, and I thought that the yellow really complemented the pink. But I've done different centerpieces with limes in the bottom, and you could even use oranges. Oranges are great. And when you put the water in there, it actually, the aroma sitting in the center of your table, so you'll smell the citrus, the lemon, the lime, or the orange, which makes it a really pleasant dinner experience when you have different aromas sitting around. Thank you, Victoria, for your questions.
You're welcome.
Okay, go ahead and put some more lemon in there. And then here we are. We've got a creative bottom in the bottom of our vase. We've got some nice pink, some nice green. Yes, Tiffany, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. I want to know how much water do you have to put in the vase once you put it in?
Just enough so that, you know, the stems are covered. Cover the foam so the water retains the moisture. So that way, even if you forget to put some water in there for a little bit, the foam will hopefully help out and keep those flowers moisturized and hydrated.
Fantastic.
And here we are. With our end product, we have a nice bouquet filled with some pink and greenery, some lemons in the bottom. Nice springtime feel. You could use this basically for any kind of event. Mostly women's, I would say, with the pink flowers. The fall, the first one we did, would probably be good for fall. Men and women would both find those visually appealing. And the thing about flowers is we could have a whole nother lecture about flowers, about the colors, what they mean, different flowers, what they mean. Because some flowers are good for sympathy, some flowers represent life, some represent death. So it's always good to know what kind of flower you're giving somebody so you don't give them the flower of doom. Okay, our next class we're going to talk about different things that we're going to do at our fashion show, and we'll get ready for the event that we are having at MacArthur Center next week. Hope you all have a great day, and let's get started on working on your flower arrangements.